Slam Sector contains levels of brain rot that may be harmful or traumatizing to some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
I don't know why this does this.
Why is the music going again?
Something broke on the settings back here, and I think I just figured out what it is.
It's because we're just so rock and roll, is why.
Yeah, something broke on the settings back here, and I just figured it out. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Slime Sector, your home for seriously casual gaming. Last week we had Katie and Sergeant Steele on, and myself and Jordan to talk about the grand narrative. Well, this week we're going to do some more of that, but we are joined by Ryan and Elliot, who didn't get to talk about the narrative, and Elliot especially had a very different experience for the narrative. I suppose Ryan did too, but Ryan and Jordan were at least on the same faction, so some of that was shared.
Because I was on a separate faction from y'all?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
I was the sole representative of the Xenos faction for Slam Sector. I was in my special character of Evaluator Draugr as my cosplay. It was a ton of fun. I had a blast.
now, Evaluator Draugr, was that also your commander name?
No, so I like some people have their character on the field of battle. I don't really like that. Like, it doesn't make sense in like the way that I view like
For
the
you.
stuff.
But
For
like
me,
your
for
bat,
me,
like
it's I'm the one telling the forces to go down, and then the forces are the things that are doing it.
sure. But I mean, like as far as like when you registered, right? You have to give them a name. Did you give them Evaluator Draugr, or did you give them?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I meant by commander. Like your quote commander name. Your
Oh, yes.
name for the narrative. Okay.
My name for the narrative was Arcanist Evaluator Draugr, Drogr, which is a horrible rendering of an old Scandinavian word for a zombie, essentially.
Listen.
Sure.
It's everyone knows it's the zombies from
Skyrim?
Skyrim.
Yeah.
That's what we know it as.
Well, that's where that word comes from, and because the Votan are descended from humans, and they have they mess up the spelling and words from Old English, but instead of Latin, it's Nordic stuff.
Yeah, it's
Just going to say real quick, thanks to Marco Polo 3956 for becoming a supporter.
yo.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
I used to have all kinds of props and stuff for streaming, and I just don't anymore.
You need one of those like little rattle spinners and like a the wow.
I had a train whistle. That's what I had.
What do you call those things that like roll up for birthdays? The little birthday whistle things that like that you can shoot your friends in the face with because they like curl up.
I used to have some of those for stream because when I was doing when I did Scoundrels, my Star Wars podcast, we talked about Coyote Moody's birthday because they changed Coyote Moody's birthday in canon, and all the chuds got real upset about it. So I got a party hat and one of those, and a piece of white bread, which was mostly a joke for Alex because Alex says that Coyote Moody is the most milquetoast Star Wars character ever. I think it's because of an author thing. But Ryan, who were you for the grand narrative? What was your?
Yeah. I was Night Lords, and my commander name was Varix Thurgron. And I wasn't him walking around because I just didn't get a cosplay built for that. So instead, I was Iodin Reeve, the envoy of Varix Thurgron, who was communicating with my fellow Chaos commanders all his orders and what he was doing. So I think it's cool to walk around as the guy you have on the tabletop, personally.
Sure. I actually, it's
if
funny.
you can pull off the cosplay.
It's funny. I actually next year want to not do that because I paint on the tabletop. I paint my marshals in like marble armor. My high marshal is in ivory armor, and I don't want that for my cosplay. So like just this one specific reason, right? Like that I don't want to do that, but.
For me, it's like, okay, so my commander goes down to the battlefield, right? Mm-hmm. And it's me. Like if Draugr was on the field of battle and I was cosplaying as him, and he gets shot with a railgun, and after the battle, there we go. And after the battle, I give myself a mohawk again, like I did last year. And then I roll and I get a battle. I get a battle injury. I can't for my office. I get like a battle injury. Like I don't know if my character dies on the field of battle. That seems weird. That then I'm walking around being like, I'm fine, everybody. Like,
no one ever dies in Crusade unless like, I know some armies have like requisitions where like Chaos at least you can turn people into spawns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but that's like a choice most of the time.
Yeah,
I think
it just seems weird that my character gets eaten by a Tyranid and then I come back without any scar. Like I don't know. It makes more sense for me to be sending my troops down. Personally, for me,
gets wounded by the Tyranid.
Do I limp around for the rest of the convention?
He's like laying there. Then they come up and they shoot him up with some stuff. It's just heroin, and he gets better, and bam, you're back.
That's the thing about Votann. That's the thing about Votann. You know how the Chthonian, the Chthonian Berserks have like the chem stim tubes from their backpacks into their arms? It's actually just a bunch of meth and heroin in a careful balance.
Boomstick says you die getting battle scars. I guess I've never reached that point.
I've never.
Yeah, see,
I always clear them. Like it's. I don't really spend requisitions, so I just spend the requisition to clear them usually.
And I do the same thing, but that it just in my like headcanon that just seems really weird. I don't know.
I do want to point out. So I have both of your pictures from the narrative, which include.
I know, just real quick while we're on this picture, of course, Sean and Jordan have put an enormous amount of work into their cosplays, and it's amazing.
You guys have
right?
too. Well, you have.
Mine, no. Mine, no. I mean, like, besides the sewing on my, like, cape thing, most of this is, like, Amazon regalia. It's not good. Like, this is not
That's fine.
The cosplay
I would
that
buy
want.
mine off Amazon if I could.
What I will say is, Ryan, I know you put yours together last minute, but you look great. I think it's awesome. I love the gun. I love the little bike hook to hold the gun. You were able to like holster your weapon and like draw it, like quick draw it. And I really like what you did with the mask. I think the mask is awesome.
Digging through my closet, and that hook was there, and I was like,
Yeah. Like I know it was kind of last minute and simple. I think you did a great job with limited time and resources. I think you looked awesome. I really like the mask. It was simple but effective.
Flaw. There was one critical flaw in my cosplay.
What was that?
So I don't know if we have any pictures of them, but our battle group was a bunch of like prisoners who had like joined Chaos, escaped the Imperium, and they were all going to be wearing jumpsuits. And we talked about that in our battle group beforehand.
We showed some of it off last week. I don't have access to Jordan's role from this,
I'll
but
join in on that, and I'll get a dark blue jumpsuit because I'm a Night Lord, and he's a Night Lord chapter serf.
Oh yeah,
and I just didn't think about the fact that I'm like 6.5 feet tall, dark blue jumpsuit, and a face mask. I looked like Michael Myers.
Okay, hold on. Time out. You saying you didn't think about that is bullshit. Because I was there when you looked on Amazon for these damn suits. And what kept coming back?
Yes, I kept finding like the Michael Myers costumes. Like, oh man, it's all I'm finding is these Michael Myers costumes. But I just didn't like. I didn't think like at the event it would read as that, and people would just
What I like is that you then also were reading as a vault dweller.
Yeah. That was the other one.
I read as a vault dweller also, and then I like rolled down the top of the jumpsuit because it had like a sort of tunic type shirt. Thought that helped a little bit, but I just looked like.
To be clear, it's not a tunic. It's not a tunic. It's a Han Solo shirt.
whatever you call those.
No, I mean it's. Hold on, I bought the shirt for a Han Solo costume, and then gave it to
I don't
you.
think that's exactly the kind of shirt he wears.
It is. It is exactly the kind of shirt he wears.
Oh.
Yes, in A New Hope.
I mean, it's like it's sort of anachronistic. It's got weird buttons and shit. And
Also, Ryan, yes, I do want that picture for later. I wanted to quickly point out. You know, Elliot, you didn't take a picture of your army in here.
Oh, I do have pictures. I just didn't put it in the. Oh, I guess I didn't. Did I? It's in the parade thing for the. Hold on, I'll grab them.
Just shoot me one. I just wanted to point out that you took lots of pictures of the armies on parade stuff.
Oh yeah.
Including this. This one.
Whoa!
This cool Night Lord's army.
My camera does an insane amount of and there must be a setting
Do you have
I can
a pixel?
turn on and off. I do. It does an
I
insane
can't
amount
figure
of
it out.
like it will
Selective
do
focusing?
depth of field, selective focus, depth of field. It will blur out anything that isn't exactly what you're trying to focus on. And so all of my shots are one thing is in focus and 85% of
yeah.
the screen is blurry. I got to get a different camera. It is driving me
So
crazy.
I had a Samsung S21. I love the camera on the Pixel, but yeah, that's it's an issue. I switched to a Pixel, and yeah, it's been something that I have been fighting since I got it, and I kind of hate it, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, but I wanted to point out you did get this great picture of this Night Lord's army. You got a picture of what must be what must be my Black Templars.
That's not your Black.
That's not my army. You did get this picture of Jordan's display board. That's not Jordan's display board.
You only took a picture of my army, Elliot? That's
Yeah,
nice.
that's the only one of our armies he took a picture of.
Well,
I will shout out. I will shout out. This Templar's army is great. It is very similar to how I used to do my Death Watch, for example. Looks a lot like this.
I remember that guy. I liked the checkerboards he had going on some of his tanks. They're pretty
Yeah.
good.
because we can take pictures of our own armies whenever.
Sure,
I tried
I know,
my
I'm
best
just-
to take
I'm just
pictures of
shit-talking.
other people's work. But yeah,
I'm just
but you know
shit-talking.
what, Sean? You clearly definitely need to hear this. You did a great job, and
No,
your
I-
paint job is very pretty.
I'm very-
Do you feel like a pretty girl now? Is that
No, I don't.
prettiest belle at the ball?
I
I sent you a collection of pictures of my army.
Okay, cool. Let's pull some of those up while I grab those. I'm going to show Ryan's
don't-
army in all of its splendor.
I'm honestly shocked they tapped me for the armies on
I'm
parade.
not. Your army's super clean. You had the Dreadclaw, which is cool.
People did love the fucking Dreadclaw.
And you have
That-
all the like 3rd edition tanks.
second edition for some of them. But yeah.
So yeah, it's no, I think those are 3rd.
Third
The
edition
se-
was when they started rolling out the new style of tank, starting with the Land Raider. And the new Predators started coming out then.
Predators
those tanks
Predators
were
are
around.
the Predators 03, I think. The plastic
That was-
Predator
that
that
was-
we have now is 03. And
was
especially
around
because
third.
yours are Chaos Preds, although you could have added the Chaos bits later.
All those tanks were at one point Imperial,
Okay, then yeah.
except for the Vindicator. Actually, no, the Vindicator was Imperial too because I bought it off a Blood Angels guy at a swap meet. But yeah, those used to be my Templar tanks.
I can't wait to go to a damn swap meet. There's so many units that I want that I just
Have
don't
you
want to. I haven't been
Did
to
you
one
Have
yet.
them yet?
Did you
They're
see
a
the
hoot.
guy who had the Vindicator that had the checkerboard pattern on the front? Or no, the Hazard Stripes. It was Hazard Stripes. He had a bunch of Hazard Stripes on his stuff, and he had a
Iron
Vindicator
Warriors.
that had
So he was an Iron Warrior, yeah.
yeah, and he had Hazard Stripes on the front of the Vindicator. I thought I got a good picture of that, but yeah, no, there was a lot of. I mean, they're selected for parade for a reason, but it's just cool because the grand narrative is all like, of the nerds, they're the nerdier nerds, if that makes sense. And so they just put a ton of effort into their painting and the theming and stuff, and it's just really beautiful to see.
God, Elliot, I'm saving your pictures to this gallery right now, and such simple like conversions, you know. But the way you've done some of them is how I feel about I don't know what Jordan's Trigon. I think it is, like the one that like very aptly uses bits, like
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
It
I've never kit bashed before, and so kit bashing for this event was
It's
a lot
scary.
of fun, and it was a scary moment. Like I had all the bits sitting there, and I had been like slowly meshing them together. Of like, okay, well, can I put? Yeah, they do fit. But being able to like actually get it to work, I was
looked
really
like
happy
they were
with it.
meant to go together.
like
that way.
this, like these bikes are the pinnacle of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Don't take this as a slight, because I think I said yesterday how much I liked these, but like the Berserk conversions, like that's base level, right? Replace weapon with
Yeah. Well, that's what I started with. I was like, I'll start with weapons because that's easy. The one I'm really proud of is it's at the bottom of the screen there. The dude I replaced his axe with knives.
I did see that the chaos.
so he has
it's like a
four-
chaos bayonet or something.
Yeah, he has 4. It's supposed to be a plasma axe, but I cut off the plasma axe bit and then just I had a bunch of knives sitting extra because I wasn't using them because I cut them off of the Jaegers to give them like talons for where their knives were. I was like, what am I going to do with all these extra knives? And so then I put all the knives along the edge of his axe, and I was like, yeah, this is great. He's got like a 4-pronged rake as an axe.
The other
cute.
big shout out from this one is this land fortress.
The Sagittor.
Sagittar. No. Where's the? I want the land fortress. I do like the Sagittar the way this is on the front.
Yeah, it turns out the crest for a Neuro Tyrant fits perfectly as a windshield screen for a shield for a Sagittor. They fit perfectly. Like I barely had to do anything to get them to fit together.
I guess it is this picture. The gun on this land fortress. I'm trying to see if I have another picture of it in here.
I might not have a great picture of it.
That's fine.
But yeah, that gun was also fun to make.
It was also on
kit bashing was
stream
fun.
yesterday.
Kit bashing was fun.
Because you did a good job on this with keeping some of the gun parts, you know, but
Yeah.
still having the. So yeah, I really like how you did a lot of this. I'm just gonna roll through some of these here.
Yeah, I enjoyed kit bashing quite a bit.
I couldn't ever. GW made the models, and they should stay the way GW made them.
Uh-huh. Why don't I believe?
Why don't you? believe me? I don't know.
I'm going to tell you now. So the models that I painted, the black and white with the silver bars instead of the green bars, are the 3rd iteration of paint schemes for my army. You can see that there's the 2nd generation with the rainbows and the green bars, the 3rd generation with the silver bars, and I haven't gotten the rainbows on there yet. I ran out of time. I'm already scheming on a 4th iteration because I'm still not 100% happy with the paint scheme. So I might be repainting all of my stuff again. And one day, maybe I'll be happy with the way they look.
We talked about it yesterday. I think I don't think silver bars is the way to go. But
Maybe.
I was thinking about it today. So Vallejo just came out with Vallejo True Metallics.
Okay.
Which is a line of colored metallics in quads.
Okay.
So you buy red, you could buy the red, either the single red color or 4 red paints.
And they're like different shades of
And
metallic
it's like
red.
base, shadow, and highlight, and then there's an airbrush paint.
I see.
So, which the airbrush paint, although I know you don't have an airbrush, it's still good as if you need a really thinned version of it. It works really good as a.
Does it function kind of like a contrast, essentially?
No, it's just like a pre-thinned, because like you really metallics are kind of hard to thin, because of the way metallics are done. So like the airbrush one is pre-thinned, but like I just use I use the Vallejo metal colors currently, and these are airbrush paints, so they're like super thin. The other ones I've heard good things about are the speed paint metallics, but
That's what I use.
specifically their gold, I'm told, is
I like their speed. I like speed paint metallics. The dark metal, like the gun metal that's on these things, like on the hatch and
Is
on the guns
the-
there. That's the speed paint broadsword silver.
okay. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go pick up some of their
Broadsword
gold
steel, broadsword
this week.
silver, something like that.
I'm gonna go pick up some of their gold this week because I want to try that. But I'm waiting for there's a couple metallics that have been surfacing lately that I don't know if you ever watched Ryan. I'm sure you have. I know Jordan and Matt have. Vince EV is Vince Ventrella is a hobby YouTuber, and he's like the best hobby YouTuber if you want to learn techniques at their base level.
Okay.
And he has like 380 episodes called Hobby Cheating. That just but he's done a lot of he's done a lot of comparative reviews on metallics, and which is how Matt and Jordan and I got to this silver. P3 paints just relaunched, and he said that it's the better. He said it's gonna dethrone this when it's actually released, and then he said their gold is probably the second best gold, second to his gold mixture, which is a complicated mixture that you have to mix yourself, which Matt has done, and I don't think it looks that great.
The volume of content you just gave me there. I looked up hobby cheating. It popped up from Vince. It has 547 videos. Each one appears to be 15 minutes or longer, with nearly 1 million views. I have so much content to binge now. Some
of them are like him painting a model, and some of them are like him going through like a process.
Yeah,
like teaching a process. So like
that's gonna be great for me.
Yeah, that's a good one, especially for you. I know you tend to be down on yourself with painting. That's a good one to like.
I don't have as much experience in it. Like of the players in this on Slam Sector, realistically, I'm one of the like newer when it comes to painting minis, building minis, kit bashing. Well, not just playing Warhammer. I know that I think
you and I
you're newer. Yeah,
you and I started at the same time, but I
didn't like play as much.
I got obsessive about the hobbying.
You
so
also had been doing like D&D stuff for a long time.
Before. Yeah, but I never really painted my minis. Like I had minis. I played D&D.
It's not to Sean.
Oh yeah, Sean.
my first model kit was Deathwatch Kill Team.
Really? Okay.
Was my first model kit. I mean, technically it was the Vallejo the Reaper Learn to Paint set, which had three. It had a skeleton, it had a knight, and like a third a goblin, a skeleton, a knight, and a goblin, and then like came with 8 paints and like a wash of Metallica, and then 6 other paints. It's like for you to figure out, but that was my first.
I'm still in the phase. The part of the reason I'm so down on myself is I'm still in the phase of like figuring out which paints and paint companies I like. Like I just for the first time in this, like the dark gray black on my tanks and stuff is a dark neutral gray from Pro Acryl. And now I'm a big fan of Pro Acryl. That stuff went on very smooth. It looks black, right? Like it says black, but because it's not like an actual black, it's just a very dark like charcoal gray. You still can see it because I've found that when I'm trying to put black on, if it gets too dark, you don't see the recesses and the highlights. It just reads as like a black blob. And so I was looking for something that was a little bit brighter, and the Pro Acryl that you can see right there on the tank, you can see how, yes, it reads black, but it's light enough that you're able to see the shadows and the little like drill, like the bolt bits, and it looks good. The
other one
now I've learned that Pro Acryl is rad, so now I'm trying out their paints.
Just
that's the phase I'm in.
Don't get their yellows.
Really?
I like the shades of their yellows. Their yellows have awful coverage.
Okay.
But especially their black and white ranges are king. I've got a whole 70
Yeah.
or so paints by them.
Their
right
black
here,
and
but-
white is what that tank is, and what most
Yeah.
of my army is. And it went on like a dream, and it was just the right color. And the white, like sometimes I had to do a couple of layers if I was like trying to cover something up, but it covered up really well. Anytime I made a mistake, I was able to hide it. So like that's why I'm down on myself, is because I'm still so early into the hobby. I'm still learning so much.
Yeah, I think you'd get a lot out of Vince's channel because he is very good at breaking things down in a way that is sort of understandable. And like you might not necessarily get it on the first go, but at least then you'll know. Oh, hey, this is a technique I can then find another video on and research and figure out what I want. The other one that's oh, go ahead.
I actually don't watch. I've like hardly ever watched any sort of hobbyist YouTube channel, which is, I'm not saying that's a good thing. I just
I'm not either.
I use I use Citadel paints, and I just kind of grasp in the dark and hope for the best.
Well, you just stick to you use the old school Citadel methods.
I mean, I guess maybe.
You base coat, wash, highlight.
No, not always.
Generally,
I do a lot of dry brushing.
That's the old school Citadel method.
Yeah, I mean, I do some shading and stuff, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess
there's no shade on that. My point on calling it that was going to be, and I'm trying to save these pictures that you sent me. My point on saying that was that you have done a good job of it too, right? Like you've successfully done that to a standard that looks really good.
I just haven't done any highlighting.
Sure, but slow. Like you got these done. You got these done, and then you had that weird existential crisis where you're like, I don't care, man. Everything's good.
Oh yeah, the stuff I painted for this narrative that was like raw plastic, I probably painted it faster and cleaner than anything I've ever painted. Like this guy was part of that batch. There was like
this is who you're cosplaying next year.
If I go chaos, then yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
There was this period of like 3 days where I was like, I have 2,000 points, painted enough to play. I don't give a shit anymore. It's like, I think that comes from my college days, like at Tech. Like at Tech, there's a certain point where like you're prepping for a final, and it's like your brain just can't do anything, can't take anymore. And so you're like, this is where I'm at. Fuck it. We go with what we have. That's how we're going.
Meanwhile,
that's everyone's college experience. I think everyone's had that kind of moment. I mean, I had that when I was
psychos.
Jordan has
all the way to the end. But yeah, I don't know. I was stressed out, and I called it. But
it looks great. I mean, listen. Do I think that you could have put a little more effort in the base? Yeah, absolutely. But
the base, yeah, there's a Marine in there, and he's not painted, and the base isn't even washed. But
yeah,
my main thing with the bases this year, like last year and the previous 2 years, my armies had like different base styles. Like some of them had the ring was painted one color, other people was painted different. The soil was different colors. I was like, I want them all to be the same. So I went back and redid a bunch of my bases to get them all to the same look. And I think it looks better that they're all the same than like if some bases were more complete.
Yeah.
But I just didn't have time. I obviously want to finish that base. I just got to decide what chapter to stick under that boot.
Do Night Lords have a rival? Like, like Iron Warriors and
Angels.
Okay.
It's nothing on the level of
Iron Warriors.
Iron Warriors versus Imperial Fist. During the Heresy, the Dark Angels and the Night Lords had a big fight through the Thramis Crusade.
That was going to be so. What do the Blood Angels have a rival? Because I have the Blood Angels Deredeo that I'm finishing that I had on stream yesterday. That I want to put some dread parts on the base, but from like another dread or another Marine, but I don't know.
I don't know. You have to ask Matt about that.
I will. Let's shout out your captain here.
So yeah, this is Thurgron, Varric Thurgron.
I have Ralphos written down here. Is it not Ralphos?
That's
no. It's Captain. This is canonically Captain Ralphos.
No, that's
Here he
Blood
is.
Angels captain.
Oh, what was yours? Yours was what's your captain for your siege? Oh, right. Thank you, Alicord. It's Sons of Horus. Thank you. It'll be a son.
Oh
son of
yeah,
Horus.
yeah. I mean, so I guess they hate the Black Legion, but the Black Legion.
No,
is such
I'll put a fucking
melting
true
pot
son.
now.
I think
True Sons
I
are
think the
canon.
Black
I don't
Legion.
wanna-
The Black Legion, yes, is a melting pot, but it's still Sons of Horus. Like, it's still at its core Sons of Horus.
It's at its core explicitly not Sons of Horus.
Right.
Like, that's the whole point of it. is to
Sure,
break
but I'm
from
gonna-
old.
But I'm going to get on my
I think at this
soapbox here and say that the Sons, because otherwise you have 3 lost chapters. You have 3 lost legions.
Well, yeah, the Sons of Horus. I mean, the Sons of Horus are still around and form
Yeah.
of, like true sons and stuff. But the Black Legion is like at this point probably. Well, it's like the Red Corsairs. Like the people who are actual Astral Claws and the Red Corsairs is like hardly anyone. You know, because like there was like a handful left after the Badab War that survived. And
Well, yeah,
then-
most of the, I just assume most of the Chaos Legionaries weren't original Legion.
It depends. Like Night Lords are probably the Night Lords and Alpha Legion probably have the most because their gene seed is still viable. A lot of the other legions have to like steal gene seed.
Sure, but like I just
Hanzo is Imperial Fist and Iron Warrior.
I just
yeah.
like it's hard for me to say that like they're not Sons of Horus when like that is what the Sons of Horus became, the Black Legion.
Yeah, but I mean, it was Abaddon's intent was explicitly to
Yeah, because he
wipe away the
was mad at
past.
Dad. I get it, but like
he was more mad at like the failure and like he was more mad at them like dwelling on the
sure.
failure, more than anything. But anyway,
Irregardless
we're getting way off topic.
Irregardless of all. This
I
is your
like that
Chaos Lord.
I like that we were supposed to talk about the grand narrative, and so far we've talked about costumes for
Painting?
a second, and then painting and lore.
Right.
We're
Yeah, I
doing
have
a
lot to
great
say
job.
about the narrative and how like ideas for what they can do
Yeah.
in the future. But
So
this is a conversion I
this
did
is
real quick.
I want to shout out. You did something really cool, where you had parts for him to be a Foot Lord or a Sky Lord.
Sky Lord. Yeah,
super
I
cool.
ran them as both. And I think I ran them twice as a jump lord. More often than not, I put them in the Nemesis Claw because with the Master of Execution and the Nemesis Claw and all the like combined shenanigans they would do, it was just very powerful.
Beautiful picture.
Oh yeah, it's a little cinematic shot that I
It's
almost
very, very
broke.
Batman of him to like have gadgets to switch one way or the other,
Yeah.
befitting the Night Lords.
We are the most Batman chapter. Or
Yeah.
Legion.
Absolutely. To round out the painting, I'm going to shuffle through some of Elliot's cute painting photos here. From the showcase. Just to give people sort of an idea. Oh, these are Ryan's battlefield photos.
Battlefield.
There's his
Oh yeah.
sick,
That was a
nasty
Dreadclaw
Dreadclaw
fighting a Vindicare.
about to eat him.
That fight took all 5 battle rounds.
Crazy.
And then the 5th one, he finally killed him.
See, your guys' stuff, like Ryan, you're saying like you need to do highlighting and shading. Those knights are barely painted. Those knights
Yeah,
have two coats. Those knights have a coat of green. They have Gundam head replacements and bases.
I like that guy's army. It was very simple though. But I mean, I think his army looked good. I think my Night Lords looked fine. What I was saying is I don't know if they were like really worthy of being on the armies on parade. Like that stressed me out when they picked me.
They were really good. This was Matt's army for the narrative. Oh, there's Jordan's army. You did take a picture of Jordan's army.
Yeah. I thought I got a picture of yours, but either I didn't send it to you or you're not seeing it.
Yeah, or you just took a picture of the other Black Templar and went, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
It is a nicely painted Black Templar army,
you
so
know
I'll
what?
accept
Actually, you know what might have happened? I was going to try and take a picture of yours, but you were talking to a bunch of people around yours. I couldn't get a good shot, and I was going to circle back. I might not have ever circled back. I thought I had, but I might not have. that might have been the problem.
Well, I'm fine that you didn't. There's plenty of pictures of my army floating around. This sister's army looks really good. This is close to what Jordan. Jordan, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the scheme you're going with? Or are you going with white armor? Because Jordan's going with black purple.
Yeah, I really like the.
Like Jordan's, aren't they metallic armor with like purple?
Maybe, I'm not sure. I don't remember.
I just really liked the shade of purple that they used. You know,
same.
Like it's it's just in that nice sweet spot between blue and pink where it kind of matches both, but it looks like they kind of tied it in more with the pink on the bases and stuff. It's a nice shade.
It's either Gene Stealer purple or the Pro Curl purple is real close to that shade.
Oh, they've got silver armor, says Jordan. Okay.
Boom. Got it.
There's
this guy. I have several pictures of this guy. I sent a few of them. He didn't get chosen for Armies on Parade because a lot of it is 3D printed. But, or I believe it is. He wasn't chosen. But he paid for someone to have this done. But they're, because I talked to him about it. It's Krieg Knights. And so they have like gun emplacements on the top, and then there's a picture somewhere where you can see the base.
That's not it.
That's $1 billion clown farms.
We shut off some of those last week too because I was gushing about them.
The bases that the Krieg Knights are standing on have trenches with dudes running through the trenches underneath. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And so there's
one
like
of the things they ask you when they're figuring out if they want to put you on the parade is like if you painted it all yourself. So if you got
so maybe that's what it was.
That's probably what knocked him out.
Yeah, he
most of that
he had someone do this for him. Really well done. But yeah, the bases have Kriegsmen running through trenches underneath, and then on top there's Kriegsmen on like artillery and gun emplacements up there with their like sandbags.
That is really
cool. Super cool.
That's really cool. I see. That's one of the reasons why like I struggle with like going like I want to make knights because I can't like settle on like a theme I would want to do for him. I guess.
Yeah.
At
this point, if I was going to do knights, I would want to do. I have ideas for turning them into like Tyranid knights and having them just like have a giant, kind of like how Buri Egnerson looks for the Votan, where he's like draped in Tyranid bits. Just a knight draped in Tyranid bits would look insane. They're like Power Claw replaced with like a ton of giant Tyranid claws. I think that could be rad, but I can't get into another army or I'll die.
Sure. We have a Valhallan tank regiment, it looks like, or something.
The camo on that was just really pretty.
Oh, this is like a Valhallan Gene Stealers. These are Gene Stealers.
Yeah, they were like Brood Brothers, but then they had like this cool ice camo with like the nice green.
That's the resin Gene Stealer.
The Necromunda guy.
Yeah.
Cool.
These I like these. I miss this. These are really good.
There
it is. There's a better
see
picture of the trenches on there. That's so cool. Right there.
Yeah.
We'll get to those later. Oh no. Why did you put that in this folder?
Because it's funny.
This was one best painted, which is a gorgeous model or army. This guy, I think Jordan and I are both going to end up with him in our army next year because it's a sick Necromunda.
The shock hobo priest.
It's the Lord of Redemption or Priest of Redemption, like something. He's a
Was that a little tank to represent a sentinel up there on the top, on the base?
Right there.
Up, right there.
Right here? I'm not sure what this is. I think it is. I don't think it's a sentinel. He's got like. Oh no! It's his.
Oh, is that his Lord Solar?
Lord Solar. Thank you. Yeah. It's got like a whole command squad in there. A bunch of different armies comprising like one command squad.
The on fire horses were beautifully done. Those are really cool. And then he painted each one of those little rivets on those. What is it? A Bane blade, a Shadow blade, and a something.
Yeah. The weathering on this is amazing. This is a lot.
The little streaks underneath the nail, or the bolts. Ridiculous. Yeah.
This is closer to how I'm going to evolve my army next year. Is more like this. Less of the fades. I'm not going to do the fades. I don't actually like the fades as a stylistic choice. I think it looks gorgeous on his models, but I don't. It looks a little too cartoony for me to want on my Templars, personally. I would do a Tau army like that though, because I think that would look sick. But saying that all to clarify, it doesn't look bad on his. It looks obviously fucking gorgeous, but I would not do that. I talked to this guy a lot. He was super cool. Really cool army with a bunch of old planes. Jordan faced him in the final round. I think. Or no, he was at the table behind Jordan in the final round.
Okay.
Maybe Jordan played him at some point. I don't know. I might be getting things confused.
I really liked this Death Guard with like the support knight because they used like white with like, but then like muddied it up with like the green and like that tarnished steel kind of look, and also just the kit bashing on that knight was really cool.
Is that a piece of the aggro crag?
Yeah, yeah.
I like,
but
this
beautifully
tank
done,
gorgeous.
really cool. I really like I like using white for Death Guard because it kind of like weirdly helps highlight how gross they are.
Well, the idea is that they were originally white. The green is because it's the only reason they're green now is because they're sludgy.
Their shoulder
really?
pads were green. Their shoulder pads were green originally as well. But
really? I didn't know that.
They were predominantly white. Like Matt's
I did not know
his
that.
Death Guard to follow the Crusade era scheme.
White.
Obviously.
Oh, the white and green? Oh, okay.
That's how I would do it too if I were to do Death Guard. And I kind of want to, but I don't think I ever will. The bases on this are sick. This is Salamander's army.
Yeah, love Salamanders, think it's cool. I think they're just a cool army. If I was going to play Space Marines, it'd probably be them. But really, and like, not to say that he didn't do an amazing job with all of the paint work on this. Like, these tanks are beautiful, but I just loved the bases. It just is like so well contrasted and just really like brings the whole army together with these like, you know, like they're running through one of their own forges. Because it's green on the bottom and then the heated metal underneath.
Of note, all of his Marines have these helmets, which I don't know if they're 3D printed. I actually think they're green stuff. They're like shaved down green stuff because they look like official helmets, but they're all blank faces that the eyes are drawn in.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, so you think he took normal masks, then filled in the gaps with green stuff, shaved them down, and then painted it on?
I think so.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I didn't get a close enough look at that.
Otherwise they're 3D printed. But I want to hope that that's what he did.
Yeah, I didn't get close enough to see that. That's crazy.
And what he
filled in the gaps on
and then
green stuff.
That's what I think he did, and then shaved it. But obviously they're all uniform. So the other thing he could have done is made a mold, done one and made a mold from it. Yeah. But like that also might be my copium brain for like not having third-party bits for showcase stuff. So I'm not sure. The fact that all the braziers are the braziers from the Salamander upgrade sprue, and only one comes in that kit makes me think that that's what he did. But
wild.
I want to.
That's me with a wizard man.
That's you with a wizard man.
I took a picture with him where we were both smiling, and then immediately us was like, "Do you want me to be serious?" I was like, "Yeah," and then we took a mean mugging look.
Emperor's Children. This is a cool one. We talked about this last week. This was the combined board for a whole battle group.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah.
One big board with all their different armies and all their little name tags for all their different things.
Yeah, which here's that really good striping. That's not the one you were talking about, but that is some really good striping.
It is good striping though.
It's funny that this says World Leaders because he's Black Templars. I played him Sunday.
Is he the Blood Templar guy?
He's the Blood Templar, yeah. There's his Demon Prince as a knight.
Or those Croxbores run as?
They're Spawn.
Oh, okay. Fun. Okay.
Which is funny because that's what I want to do for my 1,000 Sun Spawn is Croc scores. So.
Oh, okay, fun. Okay.
Real cool Slanesh army. Sick.
Yeah.
It's painted really well. Basics were good.
What is that big cool lady model? Is that a
the named Keeper of Secrets, I think.
Oh, really? Okay.
Shellaxy.
That's not Shellaxy. Bane or whatever her name is. There's like two like sister keeper secrets or something that are look really similar.
The
Are
kit
those
has
from,
like
Age of Sigmar? They're not from. Are they not from like 40k kits? Are they?
It
well,
might be the same kit as
it's the same
Celeste.
kit. It's the same
Okay.
kit. The keeper kit has like 4 variations, I think.
Yeah.
But he's also got the vampire on dragon as a demon prince. Is real cool.
Yeah.
Kind of wish
Well,
he had a
that's
better.
the
Yeah, sorry,
that's
I
like
didn't
the
get a good
dragon
one.
centaur vampire thing.
Oh yeah, the like half the bat dragon person.
Yeah, the really weird one.
I saw one Vashtor. Wanted to get a picture of that.
I love Vashtor. I need a Vashtor.
Love Vashtor. Think Vashtor is just like such a fun character, but
Blood
yeah, and this
pools
is where
on this.
sometimes it would clip into the focusing
Yeah,
thing.
that's the
and
focus
it's so
thing on the
super annoying.
pixel. Same with this one. It's got some focus issues.
Yeah, I was really trying, but I was
it's
like
hard.
fighting it. Yeah.
I'm the same. I have the same results. That's cool. These are
Yeah,
pretty.
beautiful paint job on those really clean lines. I'm
think
guessing
they-
they use like a stencil or something.
That's probably
to get that
stenciled,
clean
yeah.
line.
It could be a transfer. There might be a transfer that big on the night sheet, but I doubt it. It's probably a stencil.
Maybe.
This Necron board is real cool. I think you have.
Yeah, couldn't get close to that one. There's just a ton of people around it, so I just tried my best.
Yeah, he had this like infinity mirror in here.
Yeah,
There was a couple of Infinity Mirrors this year.
Well, it was there
it's
was
like-
some of it like in the backstory a little bit. I think that's like the
Yeah, I think it was
this-
the webway. People were popping off on that.
Yeah. There's Ryan's army again with that
Mm-hmm.
old ass fucking Hellbrute.
Old ass Hellbrute, old ass tanks, some old ass Marines in there.
yeah,
too.
that's a terrible picture.
These no, but I'm glad you have this one because there were 2 Imperial Fist armies on display. This was the one I like the lesser of the 2, but that's more of a stylistic choice. This one is still painted brilliantly. I don't like how bright his yellow is though.
It is a little. When I was looking at it, and it actually kind of shows up even more so in the picture. It's kind of mustardy, is how that yellow
It's
red.
yeah, it gets a little bit of a banana hue there.
Yeah, it was a little. I think like if it was a little bit more hued towards orange, like a little bit more, just a touch of red in that yellow, I think it would look a lot cleaner. Not to say it doesn't look amazing. It's
No,
far
it looks
better than
amazing.
what I've done, but it's yeah, that yellow is not personally my favorite.
Jordan says that is Duxessa is the name.
Dexesta.
The name of that.
The Keeper of Secrets.
Keeper Secrets. Because like Ryan and I use Averland, which is a darker, more warm yellow.
I use
Far-
Ireland as a base, and I shade.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So
little
do I.
lighter.
But
Then I hit it with Serafina Sepia or whatever the hell.
yeah,
it's
the
called.
sepia wash.
Oh yeah,
Puts a lot of orange back into it.
A couple
what
other
I-
highlights
that's what I
here.
used
I
on
think
my-
this is.
like the bones.
I feel
for
like this
my-
is sorting randomly, so I'm just going to select a few here that I think we might have skipped.
Okay.
This
Give that one Blood Angels army that had like hazard stripes.
Blood Angels.
Do you have a picture of that one? I think Jordan played him. Yeah, Jordan played him.
I don't think so.
Maybe
It-
I try to
it's too
put
bad.
everything.
I should've
Oh
taken
yeah,
a
these
picture of it.
guys.
These are all done by hand. They're all the symbols are hand done. The basing's really good.
Is this the Sips T Knight Commander?
Maybe it's the person that brought all the sentinels last year.
Horses or Sentinels? Yeah, I think it's the Sips T. I think.
Um,
They kept RPing that they were drinking tea in the open chat.
Sure. This was the Baron. He's an
Yeah.
imperial commander that had from a feudal world that
Yeah.
had a feudal army. These are like AOS guys. Those look like the Dark Oath guys. I wish you don't have him here, but his cannons were really cool. They're the AOS wooden cannon walls. I don't know if you ever see the like palisade
Yeah.
walls. Then with lasgun cannons replacing the cannonball cannons.
I liked his Basilisk also. That was a trebuchet.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
He was.
That was another one that I had a hard time getting a good shot of. I faced against
He
him.
was the Space Wolf guy.
He was in
from
our.
First Year that had
He
the
was.
shoulder
He was in our battle group last
no.
year. Or
This
no,
guy?
he No, he
The Baron guy.
Oh, this guy is Master Slowpoke was in our battle group last year.
I talked to him. I was like, hey, I was in your battle group last year. I pointed out that I also had rainbows on mine, so it was rainbow versus rainbow. Really nice guy. One of the closer games of the entire narrative that I had. He beat me by like 5 points when we were scoring them like 5 at a time. Like he scored just one thing more than me. And we both nearly tabled each other. It was a very, very knockout, drag out fight. But as always, his work is beautiful.
Yeah, the rainbow power weapon's really cool. He's got so many prismatic details on all this stuff.
Yeah.
The rainbow plasma.
It's just so clean, and the
but
gradation
this fade is so good.
It's so well done.
That's all. You can't do that without airbrush. This is a real pretty one.
Forever.
Giant fucking Taunar thing.
Yeah. I wish I could have gotten a better shot of this one too.
Striking.
It's so Yeah, that's the exact word I was about to use. Striking. It was a very striking, and even the choice of using this incredibly vivid red for the board, just really strong.
Well, and it's not even like it's so much brighter than the Martian red one too. Like he punched it up so much. And then I think this is our last one we haven't seen. This was the one that won the Spirit of the Narrative Award, whatever they're calling it.
He won that last year too, right?
Yeah.
He usually does because he stays in character the whole time. He has a really like crazy cosplay. He has this insane board.
When he went to Waffle House, also.
No shit.
Yeah, no, I saw. I saw him.
He went to Waffle House in his orc armor.
Yeah, I was sitting there waiting for like my food at Waffle House one thing, and he walked in with his armor on, and he was still kind of like, oh, and I was like, oh shit, okay, like right as I was walking out.
Brilliant.
His army is really well painted. Like he deserves. If you're going for an all rounder, like if you're looking for someone who embodies the narrative, that guy definitely is like one of the key guys. He just really hits the nail on the head of like really just he's enjoying himself. Like he doesn't take anything too seriously. He's just enjoying himself, having a fun time. Good cosplay, solid cosplay. Really cares about the passion of the hobby side of it with the well painted stuff. Creative with the board. He's just like he's just a nice guy. I got to talk to him a little bit, and I mean he was in character, but he was also just a nice guy. He was fun.
Yeah, real cool army. This old Forge World Gargant thing is so cool.
Yeah,
fucking love that. Like I wish that I was willing to spend the dough for that to convert it to Seraphon shit, but that's insane. Putting the big old Seraphon like a realm engine pyramid thing on the top of that would be so cool. But it'd also be so expensive. All right. What are your guys' highlights from the narrative? Ryan, let's start with you. What are your big highlight takeaways from the narrative? What were the events that you want to relive and showcase?
I had some pretty good interaction with our Lord of War this time. Partly because like our faction split in half, and like really my battle group was the only one sticking with them.
There was another one, the Chosen of Cran. With those are the guys with the combined board. They also were sticking with him.
Yeah, but we got split up between this Thousand Sun Sorcerer and the Vessel, which was a freed demon host.
She was great. She did
a great job.
Continue.
She was the just for your guys' information. She was the Slaneshi demon, the Slaneshi girl last year.
Yeah, which I owe Jordan a beer because I didn't think it was her because she wasn't into heels, so she wasn't as tall. So I was like, she's a lot shorter. Can't be her, but he was right. So I owe Jordan a beer for that. But yeah, she did a great job.
Also worth mentioning,
Night Lord,
she has a commission paint studio as well that is really gorgeous.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's good to know.
Will try to remember the name of, but I don't know that I will. We talked about it last week though, so check last week's episode for that.
Alec Cord says she rattled my cage.
She was going around being real creepy. She was very good.
Yeah.
She reminded
No,
me
so-
of the Wraiths from What We Do in the Shadows, if you've watched that show.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so I had fun with that. Had good interaction with my battle group, even though one of the guys in my battle group was the guy I played for my last game last year, who got a little upset at my land speeder and my vindicators and how much explosions they were doing to his army. But you know, we had a good time. We laughed about it, and he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
He's featured in $1 Billion Clown Farm's video about the narrative also, because he stuck the writ that Clown Farm gave him to the back of his uniform. But yeah.
I ended up talking to him a few
things-
times. He was just a real nice guy. Ended up like every so often I'd like catch him in between games, and then we kind of catch up on how like things were going. And
Clown Farm or that guy, the guy with the thing on his head?
that guy, the prison guy.
I should know his name.
I don't remember his name. I'm
bad
terrible
with
with
names.
names, and there were too many names to learn over a weekend. So like, if I was meeting like 2 people, I could probably remember their names. I met 500. I don't know anyone's name, and I'm very sorry about that. I'm incredibly sorry about that. I'm bad with names.
I know one of the guys I
but
played
he was a really
name
nice
was
guy.
Nick. I don't remember which one was Nick, but yeah, that guy in the front there. Can't see his face, but oh well.
On the far left, that guy, really nice guy. Would catch up with him, between a bunch of different games and stuff. Because just we crossed paths. Everyone was just so nice, just the whole thing.
Yeah,
There's
generally.
definitely some things I would do different.
Well, before we get that's going to be a second section. Elliot, what are your big highlights from the weekend?
Yeah, Ryan, shut up.
Yeah, Ryan,
so
stop being so negative.
my battle group was last year. All of the Votan players, no matter what faction they were on, we started conspiring with each other, and afterwards we started our own Votan Leagues of Votan Discord, where our different kin hosts would commune, partially in character. And so this year we all applied to be in one big battle group. So I think all but like 2 Votan players were in the same battle group. And one was an Imperial, contracted with Imperials, and I think one was contracted with Chaos or something. I don't know what he was doing. But most of the kin players were in the same battle group. And so tons of fun. Those guys were really nice. Got lunch with them a couple of times. Really nice guys. One of them who was playing an Iron Master, like a Forge Master, 3D printed like a custom like pickaxe and axe that like lit up for a couple of the guys. Really cool. They were all really nice guys, really fun. Still in that Discord, looking forward to playing again with them next year. If I'm not playing with y'all, depending on how our factions line up. My favorite, I had a lot of fun interactions with the Vessel. She was my favorite character because I just I've always had a strong appreciation. Yeah, I've always had a big appreciation for people who are able to tell story and like convey character and personality without words. Like that's a difficult thing to do, and she did an amazing job of. For most of the thing, she didn't talk. Someone was narrating for her, in like the different scenes, and I got footage of a bunch of that. But she was just through her like mannerisms and like the strange things she was doing, like really conveyed this really interesting character. So that was just really cool to watch. I had a cool moment with Rithelion. What was the name of the Harlequin? I can't remember her name.
It was an R. Riscalion?
It started with an R.
Rithmanthan is the city of wizards.
That's not it. She was really cool.
Rillitan.
Rillitan.
Yeah.
At one point, she did like a magic trick. I don't know how this happened. I like gave her like one of my I had like bags with like metal dice and Votan coins. I gave it to her, and she like palmed it, and at some point swapped it out. I didn't see it happen, but she then went, and for you, and then she threw her hand back open, and instead of my dice being there, it was a bunch of rose petals, and they flew everywhere, and then she gave me a reroll. I don't know how that happened. It like legitimate was just random close-up magic. That was a lot of fun.
Actually, an Eldar with psychic powers.
I guess so. Yeah,
So-
everyone was super nice. All of my opponents were nice. I got to meet Billion Dollar Clown Farm. That was super cool.
Real quick, before we get too far from it, I want
Mm-hmm.
to shout out the Forge Master from your battle group.
Yes.
You can find on Maker World, if you have a 3D printer, you can find on Maker World, and he makes these really cool canisters, for lack of a better word, to hold all your stuff for 40k.
And they function as a dice box.
Yeah, so the top's a dice box, and then these little 2 dice cups fit in there, and he has different faction emblems for the top. So, if you're a 3D printer, big T on Maker World.
Yeah, super nice guy. Oh, Rillitan is the actual Eldari language. In the actual Eldari language, is just Harlequin. Funny meta joke. So their name was just Harlequin.
Oh,
that's actually
amazing!
Great. So I got to meet Billion Dollar Clown Farm. That was really just like a fun moment. And he was just a really nice guy. I walked up, I was like, "Hey, are you the guy who made Rockabilly Bear?" And he was like, "Do you know John?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "You're the second person who's asked me that this weekend." And I was like, "What?"
I
which is
played a
just
game
really
next
funny.
to him, and we had, we talked, we said nice things about each other's armies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had the time to talk to him, but I just never
Yeah,
got a good
I happened to catch him right after the preview. I saw him. I had really fun interactions with Traz and the Infinite. He like negotiating with him because I was role playing like as a scientist, and so like having like weird like scientist seeking knowledge role play interactions with him was a lot of fun. It's really hard to pick out a single moment, quite honestly. The whole event is something that I just look forward to so much. And it's all just one kind of big blur of exhaustion, but also just really enjoying my time with my friends. Hanging out in the room with you guys late at night and just getting the giggles while we were just making just stupid jokes and being goofy because we were all like that weird kind of tired goofy, and watching dumb stuff on the internet before we passed out to do it again the next day. It was just like a magical experience. It kind of takes me back to like those times in high school where you'd go over to your friend's house, play a bunch of Halo, and like stay up for like 3 days straight and become delirious and just have a wonderful time. It's like captures that kind of moment of childhood where I don't have to worry about work the next day. I don't have to worry about chores. I'm just there to play games with friends, make silly jokes, wear fun costumes. It's just so much fun. So it's hard to say it's one moment. There were some highlights, but really just the whole thing is a highlight for me.
Yeah.
So
how about you, Sean? What was your highlight?
Well, I talked about mine last week, so like
Oh.
that was last week. We're here for you guys.
We're being interviewed, Ryan. It's the two of us.
I'm just acting as host. Sorry, I was pulling up this gallery. This is Rachel. That this
The
was
honeycomb.
This is the vessel.
The honeycomb.
Her paint studio.
Is her paint studio. So it was. I was sorry. I got distracted.
Oh,
I got distracted. I won't go into it because it's not on topic. But I read the about on here, and the studio started in honor of her late partner. So I was taking a second to process that. But yeah. So
Votan.
real cool stuff. Some Votan and Tau. Beautiful work. I'm gonna be.
So clean.
I'm gonna be copying some of this, Elliot. This is a scheme after your own heart, right there.
Yeah. That's so fun.
There's a couple things that I'm gonna copy stylistically that they've. I don't know if she does everything or if there's other people that do it, but
You know what? I'm honestly might send off maybe like one or two like special characters to
get done.
get painted up by her as like just like a special like highlight piece, but also just to like support. I'm very much for supporting small business. And so if there's a business to be supported, I want to do that. So I might just for partially for the sake of having like a fun, really pretty piece, but more so just to support a cool creator. I might I really like that honeycomb effect. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's real good. But okay, Ryan,
is all that honeycomb hand done? It looks like it might be because it's not quite perfect.
So it probably starts as a stencil.
Okay.
Probably
It's
starts
so
as a
well
stencil
done.
and then going through and doing the shading and stuff.
Yeah.
Beautiful
It's not
work.
bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome.
So Steele said that they're pretty good people. So if you are curious, you can always go ask. You can always find them on Instagram and ask. But all right, let's talk about Ryan. What you would
about
change? Let's talk about you, Ryan. Listen, we brought you here because we have a bone to pick with you.
This is an intervention.
This is an intervention. You claim to have things that you would change, and the rest of us.
Oh, okay.
You claim to have things that you would change about next year, and the rest of us think that's crazy.
All right. Well, you're wrong.
So
I'll go through real quick because we're running a little late, but in general,
it's up
like
to you. Our last stream last week was 2.5 hours. So you guys set the time. Yeah.
I don't have a lot of like complicated stuff I would change. The biggest thing I would change.
Are you laughing about what Alicord said? Elliot?
Yeah, that's an intense question. I started having an existential crisis. I read that.
Ryan.
I saw it. My brain like redacted it out.
Yeah, really, Ryan. What would you change about yourself?
God.
Elliot, the question's not for you. It's just for Ryan.
Okay, good. Thank God.
No, so the first thing I would do for the next grand narrative, if I was in charge, I would completely remove Crusade as it is written from the grand narrative. Crusade is great, don't get me wrong. It's good for like an escalation league. It's good for like a sort of just we want to play a bunch of Warhammer and like accrue abilities and like have progress, and it'd be cool if something threw a dash of narrative.
So I'm gonna
bit.
stop you here.
All right, so
Because, well, no, but we don't need our viewers to have you rehash everything Jordan and I said next year or last week. So we're all agreed. No Crusade. Use the packet system. Do the upgrades they give in the packet system. Beyond the basic structure of that.
All right. Well, I didn't. So full disclosure, I didn't watch the last.
No, we
stream,
know.
So don't expect me to not say stuff.
We know. That's why I'm saying it. I'm not giving you shit. I'm just. You said let's move along, so I was moving us along.
Burned. Yeah, expanded packets, pamphlet system.
Mm-hmm.
Blah. The other things I would change is I wrote all this in my exit survey or whatever they called it. Extracurricular games. I know it's not like. I feel like it happened less this year than it did last year, but there were still like some people who had like crazy Crusade armies because they ground a bunch of games at night. And I'm not someone who's going to say like no games at night. Some people really enjoy those. There's some fun things that happen.
So for an
idea
expanded discussion on this and what Ryan's about to say, where you do extra games that count for something separate and still track the story, you can hear our full discussion last week with Katie and Serge Seal.
Get out of here, Ryan. Shut up. Shut up, Ryan. Get out.
I'm done. It's going to get cut off and everything.
No, I was just predicting what you're about to say.
Specifically,
so what would
I
you do for
is-
night games rather than having them count?
Yeah. What I would do for night games is collect my thoughts for a second. I would have them essentially. We had the what they call them the grand enhancements at the
cards, the card system. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
remember
they had a
exactly what
name
were
for it. I
called,
can't remember it right now.
The
off the top of my
blessings?
No, they were the
something blessings. Yeah,
Yeah, they were.
there was a name for it. It doesn't really matter. It was basically powers you could use in the game. I would have the night games. If you
Glorious
look forward to, hey, we did
rewards.
it- Glorious rewards. Yeah, if we did a night game, have that essentially expand what could be earned within the Crusade for a faction, using the Crusade currency. That way, the night games like do something to the narrative. They give you a reward. They give that reward to the entire faction, and they don't spike someone's army to being super powerful. And like, you still have to like spend Warpstone to get those rewards. It's like a little more balanced. It still has impact.
I see what you're
It
saying.
just doesn't
Okay,
make
I
these
actually
turbo
do like
armies that
that.
are tabling people on the
Mm-hmm.
bottom of turn 2, which happened to like somebody in my battle group.
I mean, he's a friend of Billion Dollar Clown Farm. The second Custodes guy I played, he had a red sash. I'm trying to think his name was like Atesh or something like that. He started out saying like, hey, what characters, like what units do you want to level up and how do they level up? And I was like, okay, I need to get a character to just stand on an objective for like 2 turns. And so I pointed to one of my Sagittors and one of my characters, like if those 2 don't die and I could just sit on a couple of objectives for a couple of turns. And he's like, okay. And then he just tabled everything else and just let those guys wander around in a barren wasteland, just standing there, get a few experience points, and then go over to the next one so I could get my like side objectives. But he also ground out games against a dude with a what's the big knight, the dog, the Warhound?
Warhound Titan.
Well, is it a? Oh yeah, Warhound Titan. Okay.
I think he was saying that he fought a dude who was had a Warhound Titan, and he ground out some games late night, and so his army was insane.
Yeah. See, and I think the packet actually specifies games during whatever they call engagement period, because if you look at the schedule, there's like
engagement period and then whatever. Yeah,
the engagement period and then open gaming at night, which is not. Yeah. I think the packet does actually. Operational window or whatever.
Yeah,
combat operations window.
Don't get me wrong. That guy was incredibly nice, very fun guy. Just chatting with him, but he did absolutely ruin me on day 2. It's like wipe the floor with me.
Yeah.
Also I've never beaten a custodian. I fought them twice. I hate it.
Yeah. So the thing that, and I'm curious, Ryan, your opinion on this. The thing that we talked about last week was going back to what they had at your guys' first narrative, where they had sort of extra operations that advanced the story, but not necessarily are upgrading your army.
Like the space station. Those were
kill team or boarding action. Yeah,
kill team. Yeah,
which
that was cool because it was more organized.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool, but like I understand if
they don't want to do that,
but extra work. And they have to get someone to do that work who hasn't been doing work all during the day to avoid labor shit.
Some of them are volunteers, but yeah.
That would be cool, but like that's not something I would ever really expect. The only other thing that I had, the first year we went, when we would meet between the battles in like the start of the day, end of the day, it was only with our Lord of War. And it was very like tight-knit, sort of personal. I get why they do the big everyone go into the same room thing, because everybody gets like more of the story. They can give everybody messages that they need to give them. But if I was going to change something, I would change the middle meeting in the day between the games to be just those with your Lord of War briefs, because they're faster. They're a little more RP focused. It gives you more time to interact with your Lord of War, because it's kind of hard with how they have it set up now to actually talk to your Lord of War. And the first year we were there, we were able to ask them questions, talk to them about what we should do a lot more personally. It felt like we were more engaged with them. So if we had the middle meeting be just with them, I think people would be less rushed. They have more time to handle like battle traits and stuff, and they would be able to have more time to get RP in. And then with the end caps, morning and evening being all together, we can still get those big messages. We can still get the broad strokes of the greater story. And they can have those set pieces. They didn't really have any like prop pieces for the briefings this year, but last year they had like the giant altars and the devices and.
That was the other
Everything,
big
that was
thing
kinda
I
cool.
said I would change last week too. Was that it kind of felt like without the projector, without the props and stuff like that, I felt like we missed a lot of like. I don't know. There's like an immersion factor that I feel like wasn't there as much
Yeah.
at the meetings.
Yeah.
And I think, and again, like, I think I told you guys this offline. Not having people shout "Death to the False Emperor" during fucking speeches because it breaks immersion for me. Because like you're not supposed to be three different factions in one meeting. It's supposed to feel like you're all having your own meetings with your Lord of War. But in the current format,
Yeah.
and them not saying like, "Hey, remember, you're not there," you know, right? So I don't know how you
Yeah.
guys feel about that, because you know,
On one
I
hand,
get what you're
it-
saying.
yeah.
it like sort of
I feel it's gonna be hard to
devalues stuff. I mean, honestly, just saying it, right? Don't whether or not they enforce it, just say like, "Hey,
Yeah.
don't do this," right? Like,
I think if they do like what I said, like with the middle of the day meeting is with your Lord of War, then that can be framed as like a direct brief with you, and in the morning and evening, if that's framed more as like they're not like meeting with you in this room, you're like seeing like a little theater of them, talking about what's
I mean,
going on because like some of that stuff wasn't really.
I mean, a lot of
like
them are
when-
direct. I mean, I feel all the Imperium ones were direct addresses to us.
Well, yeah. This year they were. I'm saying you could
Sure.
frame it differently, like the
Yeah.
assassin going through the webway, getting
Yeah, some of it
distracted
is
by the Harlequin. That wasn't like a battle meeting.
no.
That
Yeah,
was
and
like
that's what I think. That's what I think. The like, there needs to be some sort of like separation between what is stage play and what is direct meeting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That I think I never really thought about it like that. But y'all make really good points. I think that would actually really enhance it, that separation. And I think Ryan, you're right, especially because the middle one is where people are trying to squeeze in also having a lunch. Do morning stage play to set the narrative for the day. You have your midday briefing where you're actually meeting with your commander, and then you actually do get some, because it was a little bit of a fight to try and get a moment of time with your Lord of War, especially with Trazyn, right? Like the other Lords of War could walk around a little bit easier. Trazyn was hard, like he didn't come downstairs super often. Like it was hard for me to find him, but his cosplay was insane. So that makes perfect sense. Rillitan and the assassin, they could walk around easy peasy, right? Like the vessel could walk around easy peasy, but the bigger armor people, way harder to get a moment with them. And then yeah, at the end, another stage play to kind of say, okay, this is how that day ended, or where we're kind of leaving things off until the morning. And then just kind of make it a little bit more explicit that like stage play, actual meeting, stage play with the writing that they're doing. Because there were, like you said, some strange juxtaposition of the moment of the assassin in the warp and Rillitan doing stuff, and like the stuff with the vessel where there's narration and all that kind of stuff. And then the watch captain coming out and being like, "My soldiers, we are here to," and it's like, okay, so what is actually happening right now? So I didn't really,
and
I'm just
having the
excited to be there,
right?
So I wasn't really like honed in on that. But you're right. I think that would actually add a lot to the immersion.
And having the projector there to frame scenes also, I think, was big. That was missing this year. Anything else immersion based, Ryan, that you'd want to see?
I have something. If Ryan doesn't,
Yeah, what do you got?
I'm good.
the tables were a little more, for lack of a better word, competitive. This year. They like all the deployments were even, and a lot of the board setting wasn't as, elaborate. Like last year, I remember there being like, there was the one map that had like the big, like strange castle, like plateau in the middle that you could like climb up the side of and get into like the high ground in the middle. And There's like the ice planet also had like an actual like trench gully where the frozen
Only
river
on that one,
was.
only on your map. You were the only map with that.
Really? Maybe
Yeah.
I just got lucky, and so that's why last
Yeah.
year I remember there being more to the maps, and then this year all of the maps I played on were very flat with just some kind of like standard, kind of symmetrical terrain, and then having kind of like matching deployment zones or like symmetrical deployment zones meant that like the maps felt a little bit more like matched play and less like we're here to tell a story first and play a game for fun and like win second, right?
Well, having the unified missions across everything. So like every room just had the same missions,
yeah.
right? Instead of doing missions round to round that were story based, I think is why there was the match deployments. My experience and Jordan's experience at least differ on the terrain opinion. I do think that there were more wild setups last year, but I don't think I played on maybe one board that would have been appropriate for match play.
Okay. A lot of the boards I played on, I mean, I guess they wouldn't be like appropriate for match play, but they leaned more that direction, right?
I think that's fair.
You know, it just didn't feel as the boards didn't feel as dynamic, personally. And so the moments with the Lords of War was a lot of fun. The moments in between were a lot of fun, but the actual playing was still fun because the people I was playing with was fun. But the map wasn't like this like interesting thing that added to it.
Ryan, map thoughts?
I mean, I'm not gonna like. It definitely seemed like there was less like interesting maps out there. Like some of the wilder terrain was absent. But I didn't like go around to all the rooms and like really look like I did in some of the previous years. So I don't know if I just got sort of flat maps. Mine weren't. I wouldn't say they were competitively laid out. Like on one of the maps, there was a lot of terrain, but we could blow up the buildings. You know.
Oh, okay.
That was
It's
in,
also like
was that in Steele's room, whatever room Steele was in.
yeah, that was.
Yeah, I never got Steele's room.
I can't remember the name of it, but
It'll come to me.
it's hard for me to like city like.
Was it
it's hard for me to
Catachan?
demand
I never played. I don't think I
have,
ever
like,
played on
custom-
Catachan.
I never went to catch.
Catachan was pretty standard. It was pretty light terrain, but they had the rule about you can't see outside of like 18 inches.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh, I think I did play one there. My favorite map that I played was actually my last game against one of the Inquisitorial players
From my battle group.
from your battle group. And it had like a cool, like it had like a lot of big skyscrapers and this cool walkway thing in the middle. The map was cool, and also that was the most like thematic. Like he was role playing the whole time, and I was role playing the whole time. We were really pressed for time because it was like the last game of the last day. And so they were
and
like,
both of your first opponents didn't show, so it was you were waiting for the first opponent before you guys got table swapped.
yeah,
so you had
and
less
then
time.
finally we got matched up late. And then so like we were told that if half of our army is remaining, then we get a bunch of points. And so I immediately looked at him and was like, listen, we have a financial opportunity here. But he was like a really like staunch dude, so he was like, no, you know, we're not going to do this. And you know, we had this big debate, a lot of fun in character about like how we can come to a negotiation. We never did, but then they're like, we're going to open the sluice gates in like 30 minutes. And so I looked and I was like, I have 50% of my army left still. Technically I'm like just over 50. You're just over 50. Our good men don't have to die here. We can both come out ahead in this, or we can both come back losers, come back as failures. And like I pitched it to him again, and he was sitting there. He's like, and then I was sitting there, and then I was like, and also liminal, my tablet is about to die. I gotta go. And then like that kind of he like cracked up, but like it was fun. And then we came to an agreement. We both got rich off of it.
Yeah.
We both did, but it was just a really fun moment. In game. So that was my favorite match. Was the last
in
one
game.
Yeah.
The other thing that I think both of you guys would agree, as you didn't play Imperials this year, I noticed all the Vox were Imperium. All the Vox Localum were Imperium.
Yeah. Last year I had a Votan
Well-
guy, and I was really hoping to have. There was a couple of Chaos, but there was no Xenos.
Were there chaos
no
this year?
Yeah, one of the guys is technically a dark mech. He has like a dark mech mask that makes him look more dark mech, but he is like hot.
Oh, but this year he wasn't playing Dark Mech.
Someone was asking him about like, where's your dark mech mask, and he was like, I'm just not wearing it because it's hot or something.
Oh
like that.
yeah, I think he was.
He was technically a chaos, but it was like kind of.
Oh,
obvious.
I thought he was because last year same guy from last year. Last year he was playing Dark Mech much more openly, and this year I think he was just doing Imperium.
He was dark mech first year also when we went.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when they when I never saw him because I never got his room. But when they brought up the Voxel Callum at the very end, one of the guys that came up was looked like a Chaos guy. At the very end, when they were all like doing their bows and stuff, one of the guys that went up there looked like a Chaos guy, but I had never seen him because I don't know. Maybe I just never got his room. I can't remember now. I just remember looking at him being like, oh, so there was a Chaos Vox. There were no Xenos though.
That guy was specifically not dark mech. Well, I don't know.
There you go.
The only voxel columns that really
Stuck out were like Sergeant Steele, the Fenris guy. Although he wasn't like overtly Imperial, he was just like a soothsayer. And then the Mordian guy, obviously, because he was like shouting nonstop.
Nope. The two that I got the most interaction with were the witch hunter guy, the inquisitorial guy, and the sister of battle. What would you call her position?
She's a sister superior.
A sister superior. So those are the two that I got the most interaction with, like directly. Well, and then the blue coat Imperial Guard lieutenant guy,
the Marine Corps, the Mordian
guy.
Yeah.
So those were the three that I had the most interaction with, and I saw the most.
So the Mordian lieutenant and the witch hunter, Liminal, are brothers.
Oh, really?
Okay. And the witch hunter had his kids with him.
Yeah.
And they were dressed as a Jacaro and they were like Imperial retinue.
It was super cute. At one point, I can't remember who said it. Maybe it was Ryan, but someone was like, "Oh, Wookiee, what the hell?" And then we saw they had like a robot face, and then we went, "Oh my god, it's Jacaro! That's so good!" And we like immediately switched on it. We were like, "What the hell? Oh my god, it's amazing!"
So Elliot, the Chaos guy you're talking about, is probably the one left behind. Who is a Mordian soldier left behind on a world. And he is still Imperial, but he's got a bunch of Chaos runes on his bolter. He's got and he's wearing like a cloak and like a face mask. Yeah. He's got really weird armor and stuff. He's still, Steele said we asked Steele about him. Steele said he was still Imperial, but, he's gone through a bunch of psychic whispers and shit. Like he's been through the ringer, but he was still Imperial.
Okay, so then there weren't. So I thought it was just that there was no Xenos and that there was at least one or two Chaos, but no, it is just all Imperial this year. Weird. That was a little odd. I didn't have someone to speak for me on that level. And last year we had a Votan player who really helped us coordinate between the different factions, all of our Votan scheming and stuff. We were able to kind of connect with each other that way in between games. And so we didn't have that. I mean, we didn't really need it because we were all in the same battle group this year, but still, I don't know. Yeah, that was a little odd.
But the Mordian and the Witch Hunter are locals.
Okay, cool.
And they run War Games Atlanta, which is a big Warhammer event that we're gonna maybe talk about going to. It's at MomoCon. So
I've worked MomoCon a couple of times, but I was running a games PC gaming section at MomoCon.
So, but yeah, I had some long talks with both of them. They got in touch with me on Discord, so we're going to see about doing some more Games Atlanta stuff.
Cool.
Next year,
they were really nice guys. They were the two that I
when they're not shouting in Marine Corps. Yeah, they
were the two that I spoke to the most liminally like just on the side.
Ryan, are you good on time? I know you normally have to bounce out by now.
I'm all right.
Okay. Last thing I want to touch is goals for next year. And you don't have to go all the way into it. But like, what do you know you want to try to do next year? I know we do this often on the channel. We've done this every grand narrative, and then we do the hobby resolutions that none of us have stuck to.
Usually,
but
at New Year's, yeah.
Yeah. So, what next year? What are like the three main things you wanna try to do next year?
Well, I've always tried to like up my game every narrative. Like first narrative, barely painted army, didn't even have 3,000 points. No cosplay except for like a handful of skulls that I waved around that I brought on the second day. So this year or second year, I had some level of cosplay. I had 3,000 points, pretty much painted. So I did good there. This year, I was like, let's get the whole army looking decent, all base the same. And that was my benchmark, and I did that. And then I got put on the armies on parade. So now to one up that next year, I guess I have to win best painted or something.
Okay. So
that's probably not going to happen.
Now, serious question, because I thought your army looked amazing last year.
Well,
there was
like raw pewter on
sure,
one of the models,
but like
but
the stuff,
it was like
but the stuff that was
strategically raw pewter.
Right, but the stuff that was like painted well. Would you say it was painted better than the average of this army?
I would say the stuff that was painted well last year was painted as well as the stuff that I painted for this year, if you know what I mean. Like my Nemesis Claw, my Chaos Lord, my Dreadnought.
Those were freshly painted this year.
The Dread Claw, those were painted for this year, and I used a slightly different technique on how to paint the Night Lords that made their like blue shading look way better. They were a lot cleaner than some of the older Night Lords. So like, I had like painted Night Lords that were like decent.
Yeah.
That were old, but they weren't as good as the new stuff.
Okay.
My new stuff this year was as good as my like quartered stuff in my Space Marine army last year. But my last year, I had a bunch of non-quartered stuff that was like very barely.
But like a lot of I like remember like a lot of your quartered stuff. It was like highlighted up and like it was. I don't know. I liked it. At least I remember it. Maybe it wasn't, but
it was like not my whole army though, and like it wasn't like my army wasn't unified last year. Like it wasn't all the same color scheme. Whereas this year they weren't all at the same level, but they're all the same color scheme. All their bases are the same, so that was like a step up.
Cool.
And like all those, there was no like details that were missing paint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Previous 2 years, there was like if you looked closely at some models, it's like their eyes might not be painted or like.
I think I still have stuff from last year that I've found that I'm like, oh, I didn't paint the lenses on this. Like. That I think is easy to forget and miss.
But I guess real painting goal, like I'm not going to win best painted. This is not going to happen.
But you want
parade ready. You will.
I want to have my full army at a point where I'm like, this is parade ready. There's nothing else I need to do to this.
Okay.
Like probably not going to win. Not going to win best painted.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of us expect to win best painted. So, like, that's
I'd actually have to watch some hobby videos.
Yeah,
for once
you would.
in my life.
Other
than like the one I watched that was a GW one because I wanted to see what paints they used for Steel Legion tanks.
Sure,
and that was it, and I skipped through it.
I watched that same video, by the way, because the tank on my Hellbrecht base, he's standing on a Lehman Russ, and it's a Steel Legion Lehman Russ. Not to cut you off.
Outside of that,
well, hold on. Not to cut you off, Elliot. Is one of your goals the same?
No. So I've got like 4,000 points total painted up of Votan in 3 different schemes, but like there's narrative reasons why that is. They're from like partially different kindreds within the same league. Like it makes sense for there to be different heraldry on them, but to be similar and united. No. So like I do plan on doing some kit bashing. I have a fun idea where I need to go get another Capricus carrier, well, or just a Capricus because it can be either. And then I've got a Biovore already in box, and what I want to do is make a Capricus that's like a crawler instead of a hover vehicle. It's like they're riding on a platform on the back of a Capricus, and instead of the rail gun, it has like the Biovore's gun like reaffixed through machinery. Sure. Like I want to make a bio carrier. That's at least one kit bash that I know for a fact I want to do.
So level up the kit bashing.
Level up the kit bashing, maybe fix up the painting, but for the most part, it's at a position now where I feel comfortable with it. I like it, and if I don't get any of that done, I'm good. Okay. So it's not like on my priority list.
So, but is that one of your hobby goals though? Like one of your goals for the narrative next year? At all involving painting?
Yeah, I guess a little bit. There's some stuff that I could touch up. Okay. But it's just it's lower on the price. It's like tier 3.
That's your third, whereas for Ryan and I it's our first.
Yeah, for you guys it's your first step. For me it's my third step.
Well, I don't know if it's first priority, but it's first first to mind, right? Ryan. Anything else hobby-wise goals for next year?
Display board.
Okay.
I guess if that falls under hobby.
Yeah, that's hobby.
I'm guessing
for sure.
You're not putting cosplay under hobby.
No, that will be our own. That's our separate thing. Is cosplay. Yeah. Because we all have that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't have a display board this year, so it'd be cool to have something, even if it's just like some blasted ruins.
While y'all talk about that, I'll be back in like a minute.
Yeah.
So what's that?
Well, we're done talking about it. So
Elliot, why don't you tell? Yeah, I think display board. You, me, Jordan, I know are all display board. Now, do you?
I have an idea for what I want to do for display board. I guess I could talk about that.
Yeah.
I have a crazy idea, and then I have a simple idea. My simple idea is just taking some of the city stuff I've made, touching it up, putting my Night Lords on it, running through a city. Easy. I just need a base. I would have done that this year, but I didn't have like
something to put.
It wouldn't fit on my cart raw nicely, and since it's all tiles, it needed something, and I was trying to get out the door. My crazy idea is to make a display board that's a boarding action, where my Night Lords are coming in to a ship, and have like one side, like left side, is like you can see exterior hull, and have a slot where I can stick the Dreadclaw into the side.
I was going to ask, are Dreadclaws boarding ships?
Yeah, they're specifically boarding.
Okay.
They're made to like shoot into ships and latch on and dig through.
Okay, follow-up question to that. Would you redo your basing if that's the case?
Probably not.
Okay.
I think like bases that are like what's the right word, like industrial, I think look kind of cool. There's two reasons I wouldn't do it. 90% of the time I'm fighting on dirt.
Sure.
You know. The other thing is the light sand, the Xandri dust that I have on them now. Even if I put I'm gonna put a little wash on it, then like dry brush some Screaming Skull.
Elliot just teleported in.
Yeah. It provides a good contrast to the Night Lords. If I put a metal down or a gray, I start muddying up that contrast.
Sure.
The army's not going to pop as much.
I mean, you could do like a real rusty deck. Gets the oranges and stuff in there.
Dark. Yeah, like I could get a color contrast going, but like I guess the best thing I could do for like a deck is the kind of like white, sort of like, I guess not ceramic, but like plastic
like Imperial, and when I say Imperial, I mean Star Wars Imperial.
Yeah,
decking.
Star Wars. Yeah, I'd have to like muddy it up to make it look appropriate for like I have to dirty it up for 40k a little bit probably, but so I'm not gonna change that.
Probably.
So like that's a case against doing the boarding action.
All right.
but,
Well, my goal for next year now is to convince Ryan on a sick boarding actions basing scheme for his Night Lords. Because that'd be cool. I got some ideas. It's going to be great. Elliot, do you have
Hi.
any interest or care about having a display board?
I do. So if we're only talking about the models and I thought cosplay was part of the hobby discussion.
It can be. It can be. But
if we're saying it's not, because you said it wasn't,
it's a separate.
then-
Cosplay is like a separate hobby. I mean, like quote the hobby,
Fine.
like the
For
royal
the hobby.
Yeah.
The hobby.
royal
When
hobby.
it comes just to that, the number one priority would be some more usage of actual Tyranid bioforms in kit bashing, as instead of just being like on the weapons and things like that. And then the next thing would be the display board. I do want to have a display board. I think it would be cool. I have some ideas for like what I want to do is set up like on the top of the display board a diorama of the different like factions, like having like Chthonians training rippers to like fetch their like drill bombs, like an Iron Master branding maybe like a gargoyle or something wing, and then like a Grimnir and a call, like the Grimnir's hand out, and then a bunch of Nids like sitting down in like rows with like the call like overwatching that. I want to put a diorama together of my Votan training, harnessing, and controlling the Tyranids on the top, and then underneath have like the forces going out to war, like riding on the Nids and stuff. Like that's
Elliot's a big Jurassic World guy.
a big Jurassic World guy. I want instead of a guy riding on a T-Rex, I want a call with reins in one hand going into the mouth of like a Norn emissary, and just riding it into battle. Like that's what I want. I want them like locking down the Nids of like, no, you belong to us and you're gonna kill shit for
Sure.
us.
Brad.
That's kind of what my big goal would be. It's very ambitious, but that's what I want.
Okay.
And I have
Elliot.
it in my head. Creating it will be difficult.
Sure. Elliot.
Yeah.
Cosplay is a different hobby.
Yes.
Separate from the hobby.
Yes.
The proper noun, the hobby.
Yes.
Why don't you lead us off there? Because if
Big plans.
I'm not mistaken, you've already ordered some pieces for this.
Yes, I'm already ordering pieces. I'm already working on building things out. I need some more materials so I met FancyBot.
Beep boop.
Beep boop. And he gave me this mask, a fancy mask. And I made a lot of dealings with Trazen to sample Necron technology. Yeah, perfect. There it is. To sample Necron technology multiple times and like get samples of it. And I worked a lot with Trazen to understand Necron technology. It was one of my main goals. And then met FancyBot, got a mask. So, and before, Draugr was an evaluator. Evaluators take experimental technology, test it, and then blow their own arms off. So, next year, Draugr is going to come back as Draugr the Iron Rot because he will have blown his own body up so much, and he won't be an evaluator anymore. I'm making him a formulator, is my name for the people who make the weapons that the evaluators use. That's my own lore. There isn't anything in
That's
the
fine.
codex or anything
You're allowed.
yet. I'm allowed. So the plan is I'm going to take this mask, I'm going to give it a mustache and a beard and like hair like the evaluator head on that model has. Like it looks like a mad scientist look. And but I'm going to make a robot version of it. That'll be the mask. I'm going to have robot arms because I blew my arms off. I want to have a puppet of a Tyranid that I puppet around that's controlled and tamed by me. I want to have a brain neuraloid in like a canister on my back with a light above it to be like a brain control node. I'll have like a little antenna on that. I'm going to have a lab coat instead of all the stuff that I've had before. I'm already starting on it. I've got big, ambitious dreams for it. And then part of that would be phase 2, where I want to turn my cart into, instead of carrying my army around, I'm going to turn it into a trading hub and have it look like a Votan trading hub and like be able to sit down and like, you give me some cool technology that I can test and experiment with or some resources, and I'll give you whatever and trade with people. I want to get a scale because the Votan scale things out. I want to get a scale to like weigh things out and bargain with people. That's my number one priority for next year. I want to win. My goal, Ryan's goal is to win Best Painted. Your goal is to win Best Painted. My goal is to win Best Cosplay. That's what I'm shooting for. I've got big plans. I've got big hopes and dreams. I've got some big ideas. I'm already starting on it now. And I think it'll be a lot of fun to be a cool science robot man with a puppet. And I think it will be really cool to have a trading hub with a bunch of 3D printed weird gadgets and things to try and sell and trade to people. I think also people will have fun with that. I don't know, like part of the fun of the narrative is people interacting with each other and people being able to interact with a Votan merchant scientist set up in between the games at a little booth trying to sell you like, you know, Auspex scanning bracelets and like, you know, a Votan Vulcanite gun. You have Volkite, but we have Vulcanite. It's better. You want to test it out? I think that'll be a lot of fun.
We actually barely have Volkite.
You barely have Volkite, and we have tons of Vulcanite. Do you want to see what Vulcanite? You want to see what it can actually be? Because you guys suck. Check this out. You know, that kind of stuff. I think it would be a lot of fun.
So big goals are just build your own immersive experience.
Yeah, build my own immersive experience, and I think it would be. This is like really high level dream, right? This is where it gets into the realm of this is never going to happen. I think there's a chance I could win Best Cosplay if I started on work on it all year. I think there's a chance I could do that. Fingers crossed. I'm going to do my best, right? I'm going to shoot for that one. There is a part of my brain that's like, this does matter for the lore of the universe. And if I make up the position of the scientist in the Arcanist guilds for the Leagues of Votan, because there's so little lore so far, of the person who actually is experimenting and creating the weapons that the evaluators use and blow their arms off with, then that could actually like be a part of the lore.
Filter in,
It could filter in, and if that happens, I could just put that on my gravestone and die now. You know what I mean? Like that'd be it. Like, oh, I've succeeded in life. I'm done. I tap out.
Which one of you?
Like,
which one of us would you like to carry out that deed?
Oh, Ryan. He's the expert here when it comes to
ending
murder.
I almost ended him a long time ago.
Okay.
Yep. That's how we met. Ryan nearly ended me. That's how we met. We've been best friends ever since. And that's it.
Ryan,
I want him to finish the job. It's been a long time coming.
Costuming, character.
So I want to have like a really good cosplay, like maybe even win the best cosplay. I would say that's my top priority.
I'll fight you, Ryan.
I mean, listen. I don't want to win Best Painted.
I'm not trying to win best painted.
Yeah, I would be.
Not trying to.
I would be more apt to win Best Cosplay. However,
I'm gonna sabotage your cosplays. How about that?
You won't.
My goal with painting is to get on armies, get tapped for Armies on Parade again, and actually feel like I belong there.
Sure.
As opposed to this year where it almost gave me an aneurysm when they did that to me.
I will clarify that my goal is to win the Spirit of the Narrative one.
Oh. So you and Jordan, because Jordan is
I know.
running for best
Correct.
team. You and Jordan are fighting, and Elliot and I are fighting.
So you and Jordan are going against the orc guy then, right?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
Oh my
He's
god,
like-
he's
he's
not
a-
worried
2
about
years
it.
in a row at least.
He's a way better.
He's won it 2 years in a row.
He's a way better painter than Jordan or I. He's he's one golden demon.
He also stays in character the entire time.
Yeah, that's more what I'm aiming for.
He's fully
yeah.
in kayfabe. He's like a wrestler. He's constantly
do-
in kayfabe.
I'm not going for theme, but I do want to try to be. I want to be more in character.
Yeah.
And like this year, I was planning on being like my Chaos Lord, but then like that cosplay fell apart. So my character was kind of a last minute thing, so it wasn't super well thought out. But yeah, cosplay is like my biggest goal because that was like what I would say is my weakest point, other than just not having a display board.
So if you do Night Lords,
Same.
I don't know. I'm not 100% on what I'm doing next year yet.
sure. But I'm saying
So
if you
some of these priorities might shift.
right.
Like if I'm doing a whole new army, then my priority is going to shift to getting that army.
So if you
If
do
I stick with Night Lords, cosplay is priority.
if you do Night Lords or
Drukhari.
nope. Sons of Conquest. Space Marines. That would mean Space Marine armor.
Space Marine armor, yeah.
Okay. If you do Drukhari,
That'd be armor.
you do like Incubi armor kind of?
Just like Kabalite style armor.
Kabalite. Okay.
They don't really
So
have.
that's-
Drukhari don't really have like a
Unified.
like like they have a sort of a specific style, but it varies pretty heavily, and especially when you're an Archon, it's kind of like whatever I feel
yeah.
like. The biggest part of cosplaying Drukhari, if I go to Drukhari next year, is going on a diet.
Sure.
Because
Jordan,
if I don't go on a diet, then I'll have to be homunculus.
Jordan does point out, my goal is not to win something, right?
Yeah.
But I also know,
yeah.
I also know how I am, and if I put in the effort that I think I'm going to put in, now that I live here and now that I have space to be working on this stuff, I will be sad if I put in the effort that I think I'm going to and don't get recognized for it. Does that make sense?
I think no matter what, you'll
guess.
get recognized for it because everyone recognizes everyone's hard work there.
Sure, absolutely.
For me,
Yeah,
I don't care about winning
I
an
spoke kind
award.
of hyperbolically about like.
Yeah, I know
wanna
you
win.
did. I know you did. But like that's a good mind. I just want to clarify, like, us saying we want to win these is less for like we actually want to win these, but like that's the approach we're taking. Like that's what we're prioritizing.
The amount of effort and like the kind of personal goal I'm setting for myself is I would like to be in the running. If I win, that would be amazing, but and I was the hyperbole of like I'm gonna do it, but part of that is the self motivation of like I want to get this done. I want this to be something that I'm proud of. When I see pictures of myself,
I said I had to win Best Painted as a joke, and I said
Yes.
I'm going to try to win Best Cosplay just to bother Elliot.
Oh.
To be clear.
No, to be clear, I plan on giving Elliot a run for his money on that, but not because I want him to lose, but because also that's my goal. But also, hey, Elliot, I'm the one that's like, hey, let me make your plasma gun light up for you.
I'm sitting here being like, okay, well, I can get this stuff done with the resources I have, and I was like, and I'll probably have to get myself a 3D printer to be able to print all the stuff that I need.
No, I got
and
you.
Sean's like, you have full access to my manufactorum.
Yeah.
It shall run night and
Don't
day
need-
for you. I'm like, what the fuck?
I've already printed. I've already printed
I already-
3 Edicarn plasma gun handles. Okay.
Yeah.
To get the sizing
Yeah.
right.
Jordan says all the people there oogling my army was enough for
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
kind of the same way. Like I won an award at this narrative because there was a point where I was eating something and it was between sessions and I heard somebody off behind me go like, "Oh, there's the cool Night Lord army over there," and I was like, "Couldn't be me." And I kind of like looked and they were looking at me and I was like, "Are you talking about this army? You want to look at it?" And they're like, "Yeah."
I
They
haven't.
came over and they looked at my models and I talked to them. To me, that's better than any award.
So yeah, and I will say I can jump on that. the Tabletop Titans guys and Billion Dollar Clown Farm discussing my army was like enough of an award for me, right?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I like to win things, you know.
But I mean, we are gonna beat Elliot at cosplay.
Yeah, we're all gonna beat Elliot at cosplay, and Elliot.
Sorry.
The only reason we're doing this is because Ryan can't take all the shit all the time.
No, he can. He's strong enough.
Oh, okay, good point. Yeah, good point.
He's drinking. No, I think in reality, my actual like goal that like, in all honesty and earnesty, what my real goal is for next year is to, like you said, be someone that people go home and tell a story about. Of like, oh, and then there was this guy, he was playing a Votan, he blew his own arms off Votan guy, and he had this trading stall, and he was like doing all these if I'm just part of someone's story, that's enough. Because if I can, it's the same reason I got into streaming, and it's the same reason I like my main motivation for a lot of the things that I do in my life. I am happy when I'm watching a fun YouTube video or live stream. I pull them up while I'm eating a meal. It makes a bad day better. It becomes a meme among my friends. Like that kind of stuff brings joy to my life. And the opportunity to be able to have a moment like that for someone else, to help someone else have a good day, is just like really nice. It's the thing that I liked most about this. It sounds dumb, but when I worked at GameStop, when I was working in retail, it was the happiest I've ever been, because people would be having a bad day. They come in, they talk about video games. I help them make a purchase, make them laugh. They turn around, they have a good day. And that is nice. Like that's a really nice feeling. So
Yeah,
like in reality, that's like my main goal is I would like for someone to be like this, especially someone who's showing up for the first time. There's one guy who's really nice. It was his first time going. He walked up and gave me one of his like special minis that he got out of like the upgrade box. I got a Skaven model just because I talked to him and he's having a good time, right? Mm-hmm. Like just being able to have a moment where like, oh hey, this was someone's first time and they had a magical experience and I was a part of what made that so special for them. That's enough. Like that's my main goal. I think that'd be really cool,
Yeah, and as Jordan says in the chat, I think that's what he's getting at, and I think I'm kind of getting at that too, right? Like the reason I say I want to win the spirit of the narrative is because I think that's that's what the goal is, right?
Yeah.
The goal is to leave that impression.
Yeah.
And I feel like by leaving that impression, by doing that, puts you in contention for, those things, right?
I mean, that's the things that made it so special for me, were the people, I had a full conversation with the orc guy who won the kayfabe guy.
Yeah.
Because he was just an orc. He was just an orc man. I had a full conversation with him and it was a lot of fun.
It's funny because I talked mostly about my experience last year or last week, but I will, something I didn't say last time is I didn't have any bad opponents. Mm-hmm. But I don't know that any of my opponents left a positive mark on me.
Okay.
This year, except for the Khorne Black Templar player.
Okay.
That being said, I played a father-son duo that was great to see. And I played.
I remember that. I walked up to you and said, "How's your game going?" And you very quietly said to me, "I'm murdering a child."
No, that was a different game.
That was a different game.
That was a different child.
That was a different game.
A different child you murdered.
He was playing fully independently.
Oh, okay.
Which was also awesome to see. He knew the rules better than I did, and he knew tactics better than I did.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
I just know how to target the right units. And read the mission card, which he didn't do. The father-son team, the father was doing most of it, and the son was pointing. That's
so cool.
The kid by himself is the other one that I would say left a great impression on me. It was a kid and his grandfather, did play 40k, at least enough to like, I don't think like wouldn't ever participate in one of these events, but obviously he's taking his grandson, you know.
So sweet, so cute.
So like it was really cool. They were both very nice. But yeah, like I didn't have like any like player impressions from in character player stuff. But I did have a lot of great experiences with the Vox locale.
Yeah.
So like that's where I got that advantage. But I didn't have that advantage from players. So like, yeah, do I want us all to do this because it'd be great? I do.
Yeah, the only person who I played who was actually in character was the last guy, and we ended up making a deal, and that was a great experience. But he was the only one who was like in character, and his character survived. I did the epic challenge. I had my my champion with the big scythe, power scythe, or mass scythe is what it would be called, because it's a mass hammer that's now a giant scythe. Like run up, charge him, and do the epic challenge, and I tried to kill him, and he fucking survived a weapon designed to murder like tanks and giant bugs in one fell swoop. This little dude just went huh, and like survived it. It was just fun.
Point of order, and I feel like this is important. It would be a biomass scythe.
It would be a biomass scythe. You're correct. And I'm dumb, and that means I have to forfeit my whole army to you now. You now play.
Wait, I already have your 1,000 Sons.
Well, you shouldn't have one-upped me. Now I have to give it to you. I have to start over.
I'm helping.
You've shamed me. Yeah.
I'm helping. Okay, Elliot, I think you've done a great job of highlighting what our goals are. And ultimately, like, I guess mask off here on this one. Like, it's good for the channel for us to be like glowing beacons for this next year.
Are you saying it's good content?
No, because I don't think we want to. I don't think that we want to detract from our narrative experience by filming content. However, I would maybe like to talk to.
I got tons of footage from last year and this year, and I have not done a single fucking
Right.
thing.
Well, and I think that's where we like maybe talk to Zach Cost about, hey, can you come down for a day and we'll throw a camera at you.
Yeah.
I think that there's other ways.
Okay.
I think there's other ways we can do it better.
Editing. It's just the editing.
It's good
that
for
I
the
have
channel
a hard time
for us
with.
to be good stewards of the hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's ultimately what I want to see. I mean, I very much like, Elliot, you've talked about, you don't always, and Ryan, you said the same thing about being at the showcase table, like almost like that sort of imposter syndrome of like, painting or what have you. Like I very much feel.
What'd you say, Ryan?
Ryan has imposter syndrome about having imposter syndrome.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
That's layered.
Yeah.
I sort of feel that way about the gameplay to an extent. Sometimes I feel like a Warhammer tourist because I don't think I appreciate the lore in ways that most players do, or and I don't know the game as well as I really should for being on a fucking Warhammer YouTube channel.
You gotta get your reps in.
But again, hobby is my primary.
Yeah.
And the game is my like tertiary at this, right? So, cool. Any final thoughts from you two, or are we good to go from here?
My like super like peak goal for narrative, which I don't think I'll necessarily achieve next year, but 1 year maybe, is to like get mistaken for a Vox locale. Because you're like.
I think we all feel that. I think all four of us feel that way. Yeah. I think we all four well, and so that's another good goal for all of us to get asked to be a Vox locale.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Right?
Wasn't the watch captain like
he was, but not he. So obviously, Canadian Sergeant Steele was a player, got asked to be a Vox this year as Cadian Sergeant Vale.
Yeah.
Or Corporal Vale, whatever. I don't know. It's on his
Oh,
card.
Jordan got mistaken for a voxel column this year.
Yeah. So like that's a good, that's Jordan's costume is primo. And then Drake, who was the Death Watch captain,
Yeah.
is a full-time cosplayer. Got asked at a convention.
Okay, that's
Not
what it was.
at a not from a Warhammer event.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't remember what the story was, but I knew that he wasn't like. I mean, he is a part of the crew, but he wasn't like a part of the crew in that way, and he got brought in.
Correct. He's not
in that way.
40k people in the same way.
Yeah.
He's a cosplayer that does a lot of
He
40k.
did a great job.
He does a lot of 40. He has three Space Marine kits that are all Black Templar
Yeah.
kits.
Yeah.
And he has like a Black Templar's army, but he was not like pulled up from an event.
Yeah.
It was a unrelated convention that also had a Warhammer event going on that he had a booth at
Okay, got
at the
it.
convention.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think that's a great call, Ryan.
Yeah. And honestly, like I said, like I want to win the award just as like it's good to set up. I find it helpful for me to set like an actual line that I'm trying to cross, like a finish line, because then I can actually aim towards that as a goal. So, and the only thing that I could say is I want to win that award. I think you are right. A more genuine and accurate, and also slightly less like egotistical sounding goal, because it is hard to say, oh, I want to win the award without it not like having a weird taste in the mouth. I think a better way of saying that is I want to be mistaken for a voxel callum. I want to be mistaken for cast. And that I think is also more in line with what the actual goal is,
Because I have a cosplay that does that. Is my wizard. People expect that I work there. When we're at Ren Fair.
Oh,
My-
at Renfest.
Yeah.
So. It's like that's a great.
I think that's a great way of capturing it, Ryan. Yeah.
I'm either going to progress more towards those goals this year, or I'm going to wind up channeling the energy of that guy who was barefisting that handle of Wild Turkey. It's going to be one of those two.
Well, or you leading up to the event, the last 2 weeks of the event this year, where you're like, it's fine,
Look, man,
I don't know what that energy was. It was good energy for you to have this year, but I've never seen that energy out of Ryan.
You've never seen finals Ryan before. You've never seen school Ryan.
I don't know.
No, I wasn't around for that.
I hit a certain pressure level of stress, and I just stopped caring about it anymore.
Sure.
Which is
cool.
good and bad.
Listen, if you enjoyed this long rambling talk that I had a structure for that kind of went out the window, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, tell us how we could be better. Tell us what you would change about us. Don't do that. I'll delete the comment if you do that. That's just mean.
That brings out Wild Turkey.
But if you do subscribe and join as a channel member and become a certified enjoyer, you have my permission to tell us one thing you would change about us if you could.
That's a wild thing you're setting up right now. Here, you know what? I'm gonna veto that. Just write down.
Fine. You could say one thing you would change about me. You could say one thing you would change about me or Ryan as a certified enjoyer.
We'll get one veto on vetoing.
One Speed Wonder, who is a certified enjoyer, says more Wild Turkey for Ryan.
There you go.
That's one thing that he would change. I support that. Join as a channel member. If you're a channel member, we currently have a vote on who's going to face our Necrons on December 1st, I think. Elliot, I think you're piloting Necrons, I assume. Because all the armies in the vote, Well, I guess you could pilot either or, because it was Necrons versus Imperial or Chaos Knights, which I suppose you could pilot.
Yeah, I piloted both of those.
And then the other two options
is also on YouTube as well, in our comments.
So it is a YouTube only. We've moved the polls out of Discord. They are YouTube, and I'm sure Jordan also posted them on Patreon. Which means that I can't see them unless I log into the Slam Sector account, which I'm not. But I did check so that I knew it was Imperial Knights, Chaos Knights, World Eaters, and then a fourth one that I don't remember versus Tyranids or Necrons. So it'll be Elliot and Jordan. Not sure which armies either of them will play in that. That's December 1st. But next week for the holiday, we are going to have Orla. Orcs. Orcs is the fourth option. Next week for the holiday, Jordan and I will be playing Tanksgiving, which is alternate rule set GW release in White Dwarf for tank v tank action. I will be playing
Wild Turkey for that.
We're gonna have some Wild Turkey for that, maybe.
Yeah.
You're gonna leave the tanks on the battlefield and have the smoke coming out of them?
If I have time to do that, that's not a bad idea.
Okay.
We already have some smoke things
yeah.
like that. But.
I have a way I want to do it for my tanks. I'm gonna integrate the lighting into the tanks to do it.
Absolute mad lad, but all right.
So that's next week. I will be playing Space Marine tanks, a couple Vindicators, Gladiator, Land Raider, maybe a Spartan. And then Jordan will be playing Brood Brothers Imperial Guard. And I think we have Ryan on cams for that if he's still in town, which is TBD.
Yeah.
If not,
It's
I would
looking
assume
more
that it's
than
Elliot.
likely I will be there. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll check schedule.
You'll hear one of our sultry tones off to the side is all you need to know.
Or both, because it's holiday week. Maybe we just all want to get together and have
Ryan's
a
lap.
Slamsgiving.
We're gonna put on one big T-shirt. We're gonna put on the fringe shirt, and we're gonna do a.
Will you be Beat and Bode from the pod race announcers? Beat and Bode, Bode and Beat.
Oh, those two-headed dudes?
Oh.
Yeah. Ooh.
I'll
you know
never
those guys?
cosplay anything from the previous.
Your camera's desperately trying to figure out what you're doing.
To keep up.
Yeah, we'll see.
Are Gork and Mork the Beat and Bode of Warhammer? Or Gotrek
Kind
and
of.
Gotrek and Felix?
just
the
Sean,
Beat and
didn't
Bode?
work.
Sean,
They
you
get,
gotta
like-
quit when you're ahead, man. You're just
They
going
just
on all
didn't
weird.
Gork and Mork get fused together into Gorka Morka.
Oh, that's true.
You know,
Yeah.
like two-head-
Oh, okay.
All right, rad. And I don't think there's an After Dark next week. Possibly there is. We don't have a topic, but it is the day before the holiday. And I might
taking shots of Wild Turkey.
have to take my wife to the airport.
Silently sitting there just drinking a full after dark of an hour of us just silently sitting there slowly drinking that before the holidays. That'll be the after dark.
Jordan's giving us the cane.